Welcome, everybody. So, for those of you who are meeting me for a first time, I'll let you all know my name is Duke Tubtim. And as you can see, we have a good amount of people here on, of course, this webinar. And I'll explain why. I'm sure many of you have been perhaps introduced to a certain degree. I know many of you may have been introduced to our wellness products. Again, one thing that makes us different, in short, is that we are considered a premium grade versus what you would normally see, let's say, at a Target or at a supermarket. Again, we're considered in the premium sector. Some of us here may also have been talked about in terms of opportunities. So my goal for today is, of course, to share that with you all and see where everything goes. And again, before I continue, I'm sure it's probably a good idea for me to at least give a little bit on my background so I'm not a complete stranger. Again, as I mentioned earlier, my name is Duke Tubtim, and I am considered actually a Founders Club member here in RX, but I'm also considered a chairperson. And some of you may wonder, what's a chairperson title? Again, I'll be explaining that perhaps in the next maybe 30 or 40 minutes or so from now. But for me, again, in short, I've been involved in this industry for well over 20 years. It's been quite some time. And I got involved in this industry. Actually, I wasn't looking for something like this. I was just going, I was actually in my high school years. And in short, my parents told me to do well in school. And that's exactly what I was doing. I was getting the grades. I always tell people I wasn't the smartest kid in school. I got very good grades. This is not to brag at all, but just to give a perspective. I was a 4.2 GPA in my senior year. And I always tell people it's not because I was smart. The classes that I really liked and had a passion for, it came pretty simple. The classes that I didn't do very well in, you just make very good friends. You know what I mean? I have very good friends. Sometimes they're hungry. They want flaming hot Cheetos or a Hot Pocket, and you give that to them, and then they give you homework, and life is good. I guess that's called trading or business at a young age. But I went through my high school career, and in a nutshell, my parents told me they could not afford to send me to the college that I wanted to go to. Now, you look at today's time, people go, well, that's kind of normal. But actually, well over 20 years ago, it was actually a priority for the parents. It was a part of the culture that they would send their kids to college, make sure they graduate with no debt. And today, as I said, it's so different because you have student loans, right? As I said, it's just a common thing. But my parents just said, we can't afford to send you to the college that you want to go to. And that's when I started looking for a job. My parents ideally just wanted me to study all day. But again, I started looking for work. I filled out job applications all over the place. And then I came across this line of work. And when I first saw this, I'll tell you, at first, I'm like, man, this is not, again, it's just not what I'm used to seeing. But some of you may not know this, but today, this industry is well over $100 billion, actually well over $150 billion industry today. So this industry has actually been around for a very long time. And when I saw this, as I said, when everything was all said and done, I said, wow, this makes sense. For some odd reason, this actually makes sense. So anyways, I started working, and I actually started off in the telecom industry selling long distance. Okay. And that in itself, totally different animal in consideration to wellness, right? We are in the wellness field today. But again, I was in the telecommunications industry. I learned the ropes, and after a while, it started to do very, very well for me. So by the age of 19, 20 years old, and this is not to boast. Again, I always tell people this, and I hope this is noteworthy. If you treat this like getting a driver's license, where it's this feeling of, I got to learn how to drive, and you get a driver's license, more than likely, you're going to do very, very well when it comes to what we do. I'll give you another example. Some people have a gym membership. We all understand with today's time right now. I mean, it's just so weird and crazy that it's been almost a month, especially if you're out in California doing this social distancing, right? The stay at home order. But let's say I'm going to use the analogy of going to the gym. And this is the thing. Some people go to the gym and they don't learn a good workout routine or a formal workout routine, or maybe they don't learn how to eat properly or sleep properly or reduce their stress level, and they never get the gains, right? And so my point is, I view, as I said, being successful here, like learning how to work out, get that routine down, get your eating down. Does that make sense? And then getting the gains. But the fact of the matter is, it's learning it and then just applying. And so, as I said, this is not to boast, but by the time I was 20 years old, it's been a blessing. I was very fortunate to actually make a 7-figure income in this industry. By the age of 21, it was actually a multiple 7-figure income. And some people may wonder, is that for real? Like, come on. And I tell people, if you, again, my history is out there. I'll tell you, it's actually well documented. And as I said, all it took was just really learning and applying. As I said, some people, if imagine you're not going to learn, if you're not going to get a driver's license if you just go through the grind of just saying, you know what, I'm going to learn this, I'm going to commit to it and get that license. All right. So as I said, that's the analogy that I want to use. But anyways, why am I here now? Again, long story, really, really short. I was in the long distance industry and dial-up internet. Now, straight out, they're talking about 4G. Actually, they're talking about 5G. I don't even want to go there because if you're on social media, there's all types of opinions about 5G, and this is not what today's talk is all about. But my point is, technology is always moving and advancing. And if you are not at the edge of that, then you're going to get outdated. Case in point, Apple not too long ago almost was starting to get outdated because of Samsung, because Samsung technology was really, really climbing. And so my point is, in the technology field or service field, that's something that you deal with. So what happened was, for me, I was actually going to move out of the industry, but I had good friends and people I worked with saying, why don't we just continue what we do, but work for a company that is forward moving? All right. So again, there was a whole criteria that we looked for. And I ended up working in a company, I believe in the year 2003, in the wellness field. Again, premium wellness. And some people may wonder, what's the significance of that? Look, as we get older, one thing that we all know is that our health slowly starts to decline. And there's a saying, what good is there to have money without health? And as people get older, they will actually invest into their health more. And as we get even older, one thing I'll tell people is that there's really, how do I say this? There is no cost when it comes to good health, especially in today's time right now. All right. I think we all know, again, why are we right now in the middle of social distancing? Again, it's really a health concern. And so my point is that we're in an industry, it just so happens, we're in an industry right now that's in very high demand. But anyways, I was in the premium health sector, again, worked in that company for around 7 years, and very fortunate, again, to have broken a 7-figure income. So why RX today? RX has been around now for over 8 years. And the fact is, the management of the company that I used to work for, Fred Cooper, Mark Wilson, Jeff Yates, Riley Timmer, just to name certain people, they were actually the executive team, or part of the executive team of the previous company I used to work for. Well, what ended up happening was the Great Recession. As you all know, in 2008, there was a massive recession. And in a nutshell, the executive team could not come to terms with the CEO and the founder in terms of the direction they wanted to go. Hence, RX was started. Now, why did I decide to work with RX? Just again, long story really short, I believe the executive team led that company to now today, that company's worth over $1 billion. And I felt the leadership of the executive team made that happen. So for me, I believe in following leadership. Now, the example I like to use is Apple. I think Apple is a great example. With Steve Jobs, there was a point when he was on board, he basically started Apple, and then he left Apple, and Apple almost went under. And then when Steve Jobs came back, it just became this behemoth that we all know today. And my point is, it really shows the importance of leadership and direction. Another example, just since we're on the subject, to me, is the Marvel Cinematic Universe. Some of us here know Marvel as well. It's like every single movie they do today is $1 billion movie. And why? As I said, is all about the direction and leadership. RX today is doing incredible things. So again, been working here now for 8 years since day one. And this company, especially North America, looks like momentum is in the early stages. This company, as I said, is doing extremely well. So before I continue, again, that's my story in short. I'm going to go ahead now and share with you some slides, because it's probably going to be a lot easier to look at the slides than just perhaps just seeing me talk about it. So I'm going to go ahead and click the share screen. Before I continue, can you all see that okay? Before I continue? Perfect. So again, I'm going to go ahead and talk about RX, as I mentioned. And RX, as I said, was founded, actually it launched, yes, around 8 years ago. It's located in Utah. That's the corporate office. I always like to joke around, it's not a corporate garage, all right? Yes, it's an actual building. You can actually go there and visit it. We had a lot of people go there, actually, I believe September of last year. And so this is the corporate building itself. Now let's talk about how well it's done. Now, if you see here, this company has been growing year after year, and it has won numerous awards. I'll share those awards later on, but this company is continuing to climb. And I might as well say this too. Again, we are in the wellness sector, and right now, wellness is a big deal. I don't think I need to get into real detail about that. I think we just all know people are very concerned about their health and making sure it's optimal. So let's talk about the growth. If you see right here, 2019, last year, it grew to 230 million, all right, for that year. If you look at 2 years prior, it's 171 million. You could see this company is making very big jumps, 34% annual growth. Now, let's talk about all the years combined. This company has done over $1 billion in sales. Now, as I said, why do I bring that up? This is not a startup company. Some of us here, again, maybe viewing RX for the first time and saying, is this company legit? This company's been involved for over 8 years, did $1 billion in sales. They are still here. They are still going strong. If this company was not legit, I think there would have been a problem a long time ago, right? So again, we know this company is doing well. So moving on, this is right now all the markets. I don't even think the slide is up to date. I think we are actually in more markets today, but you could see, as I said, this company is expanding, and this company is continuing to expand. The question is, at the rate it's going at, will it become $1 billion company? Now, I might as well say this again, the founders, all right, they have worked in a company, part of the leadership, the executive team grew it to over $1 billion. One founder in particular actually grew 2 companies to over $1 billion. So as I said, these people, they have the experience. So let's talk about them. These right here, these are our founders, as you could see. And again, numerous awards. Just what you see right there, that's, as I said, numerous, but we just put the pictures there because, again, when it comes to management team of the year, these people have experience. So without saying any more, I think one thing that people wonder is how credible is this company? How serious are they? How serious are they? How serious is their product and their product quality? And how serious is the opportunity? So again, without me just showing slides now, I figured it's better that I show a video. So I'm gonna go ahead and hit play, and hopefully I can get a thumbs up if y'all can hear it.
RX is designed for the body and mind as a portal to unleashing the human potential for good. Our goal? To empower you to provide the greatest wellness for yourself, the ones you care for, and the ones who look up to you. We believe that trust is met through transparency. From our careful selection of ingredients to our thorough testing, we invite you to see our process from start to finish.
This is RX's promise to you. Everything you see in the bottle has the potency, efficacy, and sourcing to give you the best possible product. RX is a collaborative effort with experts all over the world, all of whom share the common goal of making sure that at the end of the day, we have delivered a value to our end consumers, not just a way to make money or to make a living.
All of this is represented by the RX seal of approval, our assurance that the products we provide are safe, trustworthy, and pass the most meticulous testing. From sourcing the highest quality ingredients to manufacturing exclusively in facilities that have the utmost commitment to safety and quality control, we ensure that all of our products far exceed even the most scrupulous of government tests and regulations.
RX holds itself to a higher quality of standards than even what the government requires. We go to extraordinary lengths to make sure as the raws come in, as we go through the manufacturing process, even to the packaging and the shipping of the last mile, that we meet or exceed anybody else's standards.
Third-party certifications matter because they provide an additional witness that our products have met the standards that we have promised to our customers.
RX has a great management team who are not only skilled in their areas, but have integrity. We are able to sit down, discuss the true things that go into product development, address product quality, the ingredients, sourcing, manufacturing, and sustainability in a very collaborative way to come up with formulas that are not only good for the public, but also things that are sustainable and things we can produce for long-term use.
The RX seal of approval doesn't just represent one checkbox. It represents profound scientific research and thousands of requirements we use to ensure the superior quality RX stands for. Only after each box is checked do we grant our products the RX seal of approval.
When people see the RX seal of approval, they know those are quality products that they can trust. And we give them the greatest chance for improving their own health. So people in the industry always ask me, why do you choose to allocate so much time and money to the extra steps and the additional testing? Well, the answer is because it's what sets us apart. Without it, RX wouldn't reach the level of quality that allows us to proudly present the RX seal of approval on all our breakthrough brands. Our pride guarantees your peace of mind. Experience the RX approval.
So as you could see, again, that gives you an idea of our corporate, right? You see our management, you see our manufacturing, you see the corporate office. So when you see all that, the question now is, wow, where is this company going? Now, one question I would ask myself is, does this company have the potential to grow? Does this company have the potential to grow past $1 billion? As I said, I believe they have the experience there, but also they have the infrastructure. Now, again, you saw the video. I know many of us here will be the judge of that. So from our company, some of you may be wondering, okay, what about the products? What exactly do you all sell? Now, I'm going to go ahead and describe this. So hopefully this makes sense. So talking about our products, let's go ahead. And as I said, let me go ahead and get into detail here. If you notice with RX, we have, if you see here, brands. Now, each brand is in a different sector of wellness. Why did this company do that? Well, a lot of major corporations actually have many different brands. One good example of that is Disney. Now, as we know, Disney has their Disney theme parks, but also they have, let's say, for example, the Marvel Universe, right? They own Marvel. What else do they own? Star Wars. How about now they own Fox? If you notice with Disney, they're an umbrella and they carry a lot of brands. If you look at RX, they're doing something very similar. Any big behemoth company actually does that. Now, again, our company is 8 years old. And one thing that they're doing, which is really smart, is that over time, they're going to actually add more and more products to each brand. So if you look right here, I'm going to go ahead and use the cursor. I don't know if you could see this, but you could see our Nutrify line. And I'll tell you right now, with everything that's going on, it's actually, it has shot up to perhaps being our most popular line right now. I'll explain that in probably in the next couple minutes. You will also see Slenderize, of course, that is our weight management system. Purity, oh, this is really cool. Again, I'm not gonna get into all the brands because I understand that could actually take up a good amount of time, but Purity deals with water. I have my Purity bottle right here. We're actually gonna show a video on what this thing is capable of. We also have Purity Air. And now they actually added a new product. That picture actually has to be updated. They actually have Purity Home Detox. So as I said, this company has multiple brands. As I said, we're dealing in the wellness sector. And I'll say this again, premium grade, premium grade. So what does that mean? Well, I don't think you can compare a McDonald's hamburger to In-N-Out Burger. Now, I understand we're in a health company, but again, right? For sake of example, I think we all know that an In-N-Out burger is on a different level, especially comparing to McDonald's. Again, that's what I mean by when you're going up there towards premium. So what do all of our products tend to have in common? This is a product philosophy here. Product philosophy, and I'm going to demonstrate all this. It has to be unique, consumable, easy to demonstrate, tested and proven for effectiveness. Now, I think any customer, okay, now, especially if I would want to work here and represent this company, I would want it to be unique. I wouldn't want it to be a product that you could just go find at Costco. Consumable. Well, that means people use the product, they have to purchase the product. Now, when it comes to opportunity, if we're going to just kind of lightly touch on it, let's put it this way. If you buy a vacuum cleaner, you're not going to need a vacuum cleaner for a very, very long time. What if the vacuum cleaner has a lifetime guarantee? Right? So as I said, consumable is actually good for you, because if you're going to represent this company, what's great is that as people actually purchase a product, love the product, reorder the product, you're actually going to see compensation for that, right? Easy to demonstrate. Now that's really cool. Now, again, product philosophy. I'll just give you an example with this when we show the video. But again, tested and proven, that's a big deal for people, right? I don't blame them. So tested and proven, people always wonder, is it tested? Is it proven? Does it have certifications? And our company really makes sure of that. So I'm going to go on to the next slide. Tested and proven. Some of us here are very familiar with some of these certifications, but if you look up there, you see FDA, OTC, over the counter. As I said, these are high grade, GMP, good manufacturing practices. I am just literally naming certain ones, but you could see all this right here. If you look to the left, you will see a book. It's called the Physician's Desk Reference. A lot of our Nutrify supplements are actually in that book, and you cannot just get in that book just because you want to, okay? You have to go through a very rigorous process to be accepted into that book. What is the Physician's Desk Reference? The PDR for short. They consider that the doctor's Bible. Does that make sense? All right, doctors will go in that book to see what they can prescribe. Make sense? And our supplements, as I said, they hold that level of quality. So anyways, I'm not going to go into all of our certifications because it's rather extensive. And I believe there's more certifications than what is shown on this slide. So anyways, let's talk about the people behind the products. I'm going to run through these slides. Again, I want to make sure I respect everyone's time here. Deanna Latson is our Chief Product Officer. You could see right there her credentials. And in short, you could look at her credentials as the question is, does she know what she's doing? I'm going to go further into it. She was a professor for well over 5 years at San Francisco State University. She decided to not be a professor anymore because she felt that just talking in classrooms, you only talk to so many people. You only spread the word, so to speak, so far just through classrooms. So she decided to go full bore in consulting. If you notice, it says right there, consultant, spokesperson, writer, and a guest lecturer for over 800 colleges and universities. Talk about a person that is completely passionate about what she does. Now, she is on the news, I would have to say regularly, before she really got committed into helping develop the products for RX. But for sake of example, when it's wintertime and they go, oh, winter, what do you do to protect yourself, right? And then they would have Deanna Latson actually come on as an expert. As I said, she's known. So that's our Chief Product Officer. And now I'm going to also introduce our Chief Medical Officer. Now, some of us here may or may not know who Dr. Strand is, but if you go to Asia, all right, and I'm not just talking about China, like I'm talking about Japan, I'm talking about Taiwan, I'm talking about a lot of Asian countries. The reason why is I actually traveled with him once. You would think he's a celebrity, okay? And it kind of blew my mind, all right, that how well known this person is. But Dr. Strand, he's our Chief Medical Officer. He has written many, many books. That's just 3 out of the many that he has written. But he's a specialist in preventative and nutritional medicine. And he also helped in the formulation of a lot of our products. So if you see here with Dr. Strand, Deanna Latson, they have many advisors. And why? Because they believe that not one person knows it all. And I believe that's very smart, right? Not one person knows everything. So they actually go through, they have a collection, I would say, of experts that they consult and they work with when it comes to formulating a product. And it's not just formulating a product, they also update the products regularly. Why? Because the science and the studies constantly are moving forward. So they actually update the products on a regular basis. So again, going back to our brands, as I said, these are our brands right here, and they are awesome. Some of us here, if you want to know more about our brands, of course, you could talk to the person that introduced you to this. But as I said, many, many different brands and many products. Now, for today's time, these products are, I would say, have definitely shot up to being our most popular. And I'm going to explain why, okay? Just in short, that we all know right now kind of what, in short, what's going on. We're all, anyway, stuck at home. We don't know how long we're going to be at home for. Some of you live in California, in the Los Angeles area. They made an announcement that we're probably going to stay here now to the middle of May and living this way. But again, in short, why is this all happening? Because they have said this a couple weeks ago that 90% of hospital capacity was already taken. Now, 90%. So what does that mean? So many people right now are concerned because, one, people don't want to go to the hospital right now. I don't know about you, but I personally don't want to go to the hospital right now. Why? Because it's overcrowded. And so as people are watching the news, what are they seeing on the news? All these doctors and all these experts are saying the best thing that you can do right now is to strengthen your immune system. And why? Because for what's going on right now, there is no cure. All right. There is no treatment. There is no vaccine. So doctors, experts, I mean, you can look up Dr. Oz. I'm sure a lot of us here know who Dr. Oz is. And he's outright saying himself, he goes, the best thing you can do is prepare and boost your immune system. So because of that, our products that deal, all right, with the immune system specifically, have definitely shot up in popularity. Now, when it comes to air, as we all know, right, there is stuff in the air. That's all I'm going to say. We have our Purity air filter. Today, I'm not going to show the video on what it's capable of, but it is incredible what this thing can do. Now, our water, I am going to show in the next couple minutes or so, and our foods. Again, these are our most popular products right now. So if some of you are really interested on like, how good is this? And I'll tell you, it's next level stuff. So let me go ahead and at least show you one of our products. So when it comes to our optimals, our vitamins and our minerals, we like to show this demonstration because people say, well, I can just go get supplements at Target or Costco or Walmart. So we decided to go ahead and do a test. And as you can see here, we use regular water, 1 a day, Kirkland from Costco, Centrum, all the stuff, again, you could see at Target and Walmart. And you see our RX product, and you also see another premium competitor. Now, this is called an apple test. You take the supplements, you actually put it in the water, make the supplements dissolve. You'd be shocked that some supplements actually do not dissolve. So what's the point if you take a vitamin? That's why some people are negative towards vitamins. And I'll tell you, based on certain companies, they actually have a point. Because if the product does not dissolve, how is your body able to absorb the nutrients, right? And so anyways, we put it in the water, and then we put the apples in for 2 days. Now, we could even actually go longer than that, but 2 days is more than enough time. Let me show you what happens to the apples. This is after 48 hours. Now, if you notice, I did a dramatic pause there. Look at water. And when I see that, I go, how does water do better than some of the other product? That doesn't make sense to me, but that's just crazy. What would I take from this? Well, if anybody's using 1 a day or Centrum right now, and people really want to, again, boost up their immune system, this is how I personally feel. You just got to ask yourself, is it worth using? I'll tell you, many times when we show this, people just end up throwing the product away. Like, what's the point? But as I said, is there a difference between McDonald's and In-N-Out, or even Red Robin or Islands? Again, I mean, just talking, there's literally a difference in quality, because sometimes people think, what's the difference? This is very visual. Now, if you notice, there are 2 premium products, right? So you notice there's one on the very left that actually did very, very well, but their cost is around 30 to 40% more than RX's. So again, putting that in perspective. So these are our Nutrify supplements. I'm not going to get all in depth with it, but now some of us here know that we actually have an advisor named Dr. Marlisa Hurt. Now, I don't have a picture of her, but just to let you know about Dr. Marlisa, she has actually been educating us greatly. And we're very fortunate to have her because just so you know, Dr. Marlisa is a doctor for many celebrities. So I'll tell you this right now, athletes, political figures, even professional bodybuilders, okay? And as I said, she doesn't even take any more clients anymore. She is booked 4 months in advance. And she said in the past month, because everything that's going on, her phone has blown up. She talks nonstop. Why? Because people are concerned about their health and they want to make sure it is as optimal as possible. And she said for a lot of people, now again, you could do your own research on this, right? The people that are most affected right now, they say, especially people that are younger, typically are overweight. Now, as I said, you can go and do your research on this. So ironically, this line has grown in popularity too, okay, because of that reason, especially for younger people. Now, it's amazing. These, yes, 28-day results. And this is for real. And if you look at people, look at their afters. They don't look sick, right? They don't look like, how do I say this? You can tell if someone lost a lot of weight and they look like they almost died. If you look at these people, they look fine. They look good. They look healthy. In 28 days, they're able to lose that type of weight. Now, again, is our product certified? Yes, you could see the certifications there. You get an idea of how this product works. Again, homeopathic ingredients. I'm just going to go through it in short. So just know it is good. It is healthy. It's not some crazy chemicals. Does that make sense? Our company doesn't believe in that, right? So as I said, our products, good ingredients. Now again, tested and proven. Tested and proven. So as you could see, we have our product philosophy, okay? Unique, consumable, easy to demonstrate. You saw it with our Apple test. I think that's pretty easy to demonstrate. With Slenderize, yes, those are 28-day results, but people could see results in like 5 to 7 days, if not a couple days. Easy to demonstrate, right? And then tested and proven. This is a double-blind, all right, placebo-controlled test on the product. And these are the results. People taking the product lost 50% more than those who dieted alone. Women lost half a pound a day on average, half a pound a day. And men almost lost a pound a day. Okay. And that's just using the Slenderize and the Accelerate product. Now, if you use our other products with Slenderize, again, this is also in the clinical test, you could see even more results. And it's all in the clinical test. Now, if you see the products on the right, that is what they call the Slenderize clinical pack. So they actually used, again, I'm not going to talk about why our products were able to do that, right? Because then this talk would be very long, but 3 times more weight. And if you see that person there, these are actual people that have used the product. And this is what I have to say. Okay, I'm going to be very forward that results do vary from person to person. Reason being, a lot of it deals with lifestyle because you're going to be eating differently, not just using the supplements. So this is what I'm going to say. These results are from a lifestyle change. Does that make sense? I want to make sure that is very, very clear. But for some of us here that are concerned, may have health concerns, imagine being on a program where you have a lifestyle change, right? And as I said, you could see that these results are there. Now, how do we compare? If you look at us with Jenny Craig and Atkins, again, almost 15 pounds lost with Slenderize in 30 days. This is crazy. Jenny Craig, you can lose almost actually around 15 pounds, but 12 months. So I don't know about you, 1 month versus 12 months. It gives you an idea of how capable, especially our weight management program is. Now, as I said, we're talking about purity. This thing is incredible. And when I talk to people, and sometimes people wonder, hey, what is it that you do? And I tell people we actually carry very, very unique wellness product. And so I usually talk about this first because it's so easy to start a conversation with, which is our purity bottle. And I tell them, you know, you could actually take this anywhere, just about anywhere in the world. and it'll filter the water. And they're like, okay, what do you mean by that? If I go to Mexico, I could actually scoop water from the ground on the street, and literally drink out of it. And they're just like blown away. They're like, for real? And I go, yeah, because if you go to Mexico, one thing that people always say is don't drink the water. The same thing, again, with the Philippines, right? And you can actually go and take this there. Now, as I said, might be hard to believe, so better to have video as proof. Ironically, that is out in the Philippines, so I'm going to go ahead and hit play. I'd rather have the video do the talking for me.
Purity
Filter.
Battle Tumbler. Okay.
With the kalabaw.
Labaw. Tingnan nyo naman, sobrang dumi ng tubig. And sa sobrang dumi... Okay po. Sa sobrang dumi ng tubig na yan, kaya natin maging pure water, purified water sa bottle natin. Okay. Ngayon kukuha tayo ng tubig. Napakaduming tubig ng ilog na to. Nakita nyo? Sobrang dumi ng tubig. So, may mga kalabaw pa. Ang katumad. Kuha ko. Yeah. Ayan. Ito yung tubig na nakuha natin. And for emergency sometimes, kailangan natin ng tubig. And ngayon, sobrang dumi. Ilagay natin yung filter and takpan lang natin. Ganun ka magical yung tumbler nito. Then, pag ininom natin, purified water na siya. See? Sarap.
Ang lasa.
Sarap. Walang amoy.
Ganito mo lang. Para makita yung sa tubig.
Hindi lasang kalabaw.
Clear yung water sa
Clear yung
filter.
water. Hindi ko lang siya mapipress. Pero once you drink it, hindi mo mararamdaman na sobrang dumi ng tubig. Walang amoy. And anytime pwede ka sumalo kahit saan. You can get free and clean water. Okay. That's our RX Purity water bottle.
Now, this is what I'm going to say. If you look at him, he don't look scared. He looks like he's completely chill about it. Now, I don't know about you. That's just how I feel. Like, yes, the bottle's capable of that. Would I do that? Obviously, I wouldn't go try to find a random stream with animals and go do that. But he decided to go do that. And let me tell you this, he's still around today. He is alive. Does that make sense? You could go check him out on Facebook. But as I said, that's how powerful our products are. Again, is it unique? There is no other filter that is capable of this that will actually fit in something like this. Usually something that is capable of that is like much larger and you got to like use a pump. Does that make sense? As I said, there's nothing as portable that is as capable. And you could see to the very right of the slide, look at what it can filter. Look at what it's capable of. Look at when it comes to bacteria and viruses. And yes, even Navy SEAL teams actually trust using this product. So that should say something. Again, is it unique? Is it consumable? Ironically, is it easy to demonstrate? Right? It's all there. Anyways, this is the breakdown of the filter. I'm not going to get into all the details on how it works. Just know it is tested and proven. And as you can see, the filter also works in a jug. And that is actually very, very cost effective by doing that. Because if you see here, one filter, look at how many bottles of water it is equivalent to. And I like showing this visual on the right. If you see here, 3 filters is equivalent to 180 gallons. That's a pallet full of water. And again, the quality of the water. Now, if you know when it comes to bottled water, if you do your research on bottled water, they say majority, if not all, or just about all bottled water is no different than tap water. Okay, so anyways, when it comes to cost effectiveness, you could see right there, it is cost effective. So you could see how was RX capable of doing $1 billion, over $1 billion in sales? As I said, we have incredible products. Nucerity, I'm just gonna run through the slides now because again, if you are interested in any of our brands or any of our product, you can talk to the person that brought you onto this webinar. But if you could see here, Skincerity is the world's only cosmetic mask that holds in the body's moisture for hours while allowing vital oxygen to reach the skin, which makes it skin healthy. It's crazy. It is like a breathable skin. And because of that, there are so many benefits to it. Skincerity magnifies and enhances the skin's natural ability to repair and restore itself by creating the perfect environment for restoration. And again, it's just, how do I say this? It's like a skin over the skin. So you get to see some of the results here. I'm just gonna run through the slides here. This is also, again, a very popular product. It's incredible what it's capable of. If you see here with Dorothy, she used a couple of the Skincerity products to get the results. As I said, incredible. So in short, that's just, I believe, 3 of our brands. And if you notice, why did we not show all the brands? Because then this talk would have taken, it'd probably take another hour easily. But I want to say this just to see if it's validated, okay? Are our products unique? Is it consumable? Is it easy to demonstrate? And is it tested and proven, right? Again, it's all part of our philosophy. So with that being said, some of us here might be wondering, okay, well, that's really cool. And yes, I am very interested in the products, and especially in today's time. It just so happened that RX has been around for over 8 years. And it just so happened in today's time, there are 2 things that are in huge demand right now. Huge, huge. 1, wellness. Wellness, optimal health, boosting the immune system became huge demand. I kind of look at it like toilet paper a couple of weeks ago. What does that mean? Well, toilet paper, just, who would have thought that people would have went outright bananas over toilet paper and hand sanitizer? Does that make sense? Right? It just shot up in demand. Wellness is the next step. And why? Because straight out, people just want to avoid going to hospitals because we hear it on the news how overcrowded they can be. So because of that, as I said, people want to boost their health as much as possible. But second of all, majority of us, we're stuck at home because of this social distancing. And so many people have lost their jobs, got reduced hours. So now they are looking for a means to make extra money. We understand there's a stimulus check that should be going out to many Americans. We understand that there could be other benefits as well in unemployment, but this is what we do know. There have been so many people out there that have put their faith in a job. And because of a job that may have been considered non-essential, and because of today's time, that job is not needed. And so you know what a lot of people are looking into right now? A plan B, right? A lot of people, because we're forced to be at home, want to work from home. And you can have, let's say, a job from home, but as I said, how about being your own boss? And this could be the perfect opportunity to be your own boss. I have known some people, I like using analogies a lot, I'm sure you could tell, that some people get in the best shape of their life due to circumstances. Make sense? Let me give you an example. Someone may have had a really bad breakup, right? So they, boyfriend, girlfriend, or in a relationship, right? Bad breakup. All of a sudden, let's say they were not even a gym goer, becomes a gym goer, gets in incredible shape, and then ends up doing a physique competition. And my point is that the circumstances allowed them to see the other side. And my point is, due to circumstances like this, you're going to see more people wanting to take charge of their lives. You're going to see more people. And some of us here, you're like, what's he talking about? I am that person right now. How many of us here want to be our own boss? How many of us here know people that want to be their own boss? And you know what's going to happen week after week? There are going to be more people. Let me explain. Because right now it is what? April 11th is today. Well, we know bills were due for a lot of people a couple days ago, maybe in the beginning of the month. People are going to get their stimulus checks, right? People are going to be getting some money, but this is what they're going to realize. It's not enough. It's not enough. And they're going to say, we need something to bridge the gap. We might need some type of side income. Now, obviously, we can't do Uber right now. Uber is probably a little scary to do right now, right? It has to be something that we can work from home, and it has to be something that people actually want, if not need right now. and we can supply that. That's what I'm saying. It just so happened we happen to be in two things that are in high demand right now: wellness and the ability to have a home-based business. And that's why so many people are doing well. But I got to explain this even more. The question is, week after week, is it going to continue to climb? Week after week, this is what I believe. More and more people, because this is what they're going to realize, jobs are not coming back anytime soon. Just yesterday, I believe it was the mayor of Los Angeles, or just LA County in general, said that this lockdown is going to continue past the middle of May. And there's still no indicator on when things are going to open up. And so what's going to happen? Well, I'm just going to say this in short, that maybe this month's bills may have been taken care of if people don't have a job and there's a stimulus check. But what about next month? Especially for us living in California. What about next month? That's why people are looking for opportunity right now. And for those of you who see it now, you got a first mover's advantage. So let me explain how this works. So how do I get started and run my home-based business, right? And some people go, is it truly a home-based business? Yes, it is. And I will explain. It's 3 simple steps. I'm just going to run right through this again. It is simple. So number one is a one-time membership of $24.95. And what do you get? It's really cool what you get. So I'm gonna share with you all what you get, okay? You actually get this app right here. I don't know if y'all can see it, right? So you get this app. So people go, okay, what's so cool about this app? This app pretty much runs your business. You can actually run your entire business. I know that sounds crazy, but you can literally run your entire business from your phone, wherever you want. Wherever you want. We can go walk on the street. Let's say we want to go get some exercise. You can run now obviously look where you're going. You don't want to get hit by a car, but you can literally run your business from your phone. You can run your business from your bedroom. You can run your business eating by the dining table. And that's what's really cool about it. So again, you get the ARX Connect app, you get online account access, be able to purchase the products at wholesale. You get something called Smart Links. And the Smart Links is actually a big game changer, especially when it comes to running a home-based business. So you get something called Smart Links, and you can manage and track all your business. And there's more, okay? So again, we're not even explaining everything that this thing can do. So that's step one, is to get a membership. I like to look at it like a Costco membership. Does that make sense? If you know Costco, you got to get a membership so you can get products at discount. Here, you get products at wholesale. So what's step number 2? Choose your products. Choose your products. Now, how much in products do you get? If you notice, right, if you look at the bigger number, it's over 200 points. So 200 points will put you at what's known as a member level. Does that make sense? A member level. So 200 points. So what do? You look at all the products and you look at the products, you go, I like that, I like that, I want that. And if it comes out to 200 points with your membership, you have your business started. And that's really cool. I love to use Costco as the analogy because this is the thing. You have to get a membership at Costco, right? And then you go shop at Costco. But when you're done and you check out, they don't say, oh, wow, it looks like you bought enough product here where you can actually be a part of the referral program. They do not do that in Costco. But here, when you buy our premium products, and again, right, and you get it at the wholesale cost, you get it up to over 200 points, you get the business with it. And I think that's what's really cool. Now, again, real talk. If you do not see value in any of our products or any of our brands, or if you do not think the people out there do not see any value in our products or in our brands, then this is probably not the business to do. Okay, and that's just real talk. But I'll tell you, there are people out there that go, man, people need this. And the people that make strong income, they're the ones that feel people need this. Think about Steve Jobs. He felt people needed their product. And that's why their evaluation was like $1 trillion or something. Because again, there was a passion saying people need these products. And yes, for today's time, I think people actually do. So I'll say this again. Number 1 is the membership. Number 2 is choosing your products. If you notice here, and your business level. The first business level is the member level, and that's 200 points. But we also have other levels that you can have. Business level, elite level, and ultimate level. So there are 4 different levels that you can actually opt in and you can actually become. Each of those levels have their own benefits. As you probably know, the higher the level, the more the benefits, the more than likely the higher the pay, right? So step one and step two, now your income position is activated. So some people go, again, is it truly a business? Well, yes, you're officially a business owner. You get the tax benefits of a business owner. And this is how I look at it. If the government taxes you like a business owner, then you're a business owner. And you know what's great? You get so many tax breaks. Okay, right now I'm actually in my home office, and you know, I can actually write off the equipment. Now, back when we were driving a lot more, I would drive my car, right? And if I go and I present to someone, I can actually write off a good amount of my car. Does that make sense? Again, talk to a tax advisor about it, but you can't do that with a job. My phone, now I can actually write this off, my phone. So as I said, you actually have all these benefits, and you see Sandy Botkin saying that the average, right, North American taxpayer who works a full-time job does not have a side business is probably overpaying taxes of $3,000 to $9,000 a year. So what does this mean? If you have a full-time job and you don't have a side business, especially something like this, this is how I view it. Talk to your tax advisor, but more than likely, this business will technically pay for itself just because of the tax write-offs. Do you see what I'm trying to say? If you have a full-time job, straight out, I would really do this. I would really do this because of all the write-offs you are now capable of. So anyways, moving on from there, how do we make money now? Your business is activated. How do we make money? All right, it's real simple. So again, we're going back to the app, right? So I'm showing you all the app. So this is the app. It's real simple. So now we got the business going. You share your transformation. You share your transformation. You share the products. If you notice, we use share and not sell. Okay, share and not sell. This is what I believe, that our products are really good. And if you know how to demonstrate them, technically they kind of sell themselves if you share very well. So let's talk about sharing transformations. Here are some transformation stories. Now you see Vern looks like a completely different, I love you, Vern. Look at his chin. You know what I mean? Like, anyways, I'm not Vern. I know you're on, but totally different looking guy. Transformation. Okay. And, you know, I love Vern. All I'm going to say is that Vern before, he would always say this, he'd admit it. He's like, man, I want to get married. Vern today, married man. You know what I mean? That's all I'm going to say. But as I said, Vern, happy guy. That's transformation. You see the lady there on the right as well. Transformation. It's not just the products. It's also the lifestyle. When you have a transformation, it's not just physical. I would have to say it just changes the way you walk. Look at Vern. Look at these people. They walk, man, their shoulders are up. So you see that type of transformation. Now, again, for me, right, I got to believe in what we provide. So I'm going to share with you, this is my own personal transformation. With my wife, when she got pregnant, I'll be straight up, I got pregnant with her because when she would have cravings, she would make sure that I eat with her. And so, as I said, I got pregnant with her and I decided, you know what, I'm going to get on the program and get the results and see what these products are capable of. And these are the products that I use. I actually use pretty much all the products. But as you could see here, one thing I wanted people to see is that it was validated. As you could see, I got a body composition analysis done. You can't fake that. You can't fake that. And that came out to, I believe, 5.19% body fat. And that all happened in approximately 2 months. All right. It was my New Year's resolution. I said, I'm going to go ahead and use the product. I'm sick and tired of feeling pregnant. Right. And so I got on the product. And as I said, that's my own personal transformation. I want to show one more. It's technically not a transformation, but I had to share this because this home detox launched around 2 days ago and it just went bonkers. Look, this stuff is in demand. It's in demand. And it just so happened that we have a product that literally replaces all of that you see on the table. It replaces all of it. And if you know cleaning product, right, you don't want to get it on your hands. Usually it has toxic chemicals on it. People wear gloves because that stuff will absorb in the skin. This product, you can actually spray it on your hands and you're going to be fine. And it's able to clean at the level of it will eliminate 99, check this out, 0.999% of viruses and bacteria. This product sold crazy. This is an actual post. As I said, I shared these products. Does that make sense? I shared. But what do you really share? If I have to do a little bit of training, you share your passion. I really believe you could share the products, but if they don't feel like why you believe in it and your fire, I would say the capabilities go down more than 50%. Okay, that's just a little quick training right there. But you could see the captions as this is real talk. You see that person, Nancy, saying, dude, how do I order? And I said, my wife, because it just got so, when I put this up, my phone like literally blew up. And I have to say, it doesn't happen for everybody. Okay. I'm not going to say everyone gets their business that explodes like that, but some people, man, they do extremely well. So anyways, let's say for sake of example here, Nancy, she goes, okay, I'm interested. So we private message her. This is what we do. We go on the app. If you notice in the red, it says Smart Link. As I said, it's a game changer. With the Smart Link, you go ahead, you put down their information, right? So that way you don't have to take it all in, all right? In terms of you just kind of fill it out to a point, and then you send out the link. Does that make sense? So you create the order, you send the link to them, and then this is what the link looks like, right? So this is what happens. This link was sent to this person, and this is a real person. We didn't make this up. This is a real person ordering the product, and you could see how they feel about it. Okay, so how does this work now? All right, you created a Smart Link, you sent the link, right? This is what they see. They place their order in this example, and they love the product. Again, they love the product. How about getting paid? You make retail profit by simply sharing the products you believe in. So if you look at the numbers there, that's the actual retail profit that you get. And this is what's so cool. Sheila, my wife, actually is working with someone right now that sold 3 SlenderX and Accelerates, I believe, this past week. And because of that, that person made well over $150 just side money. How many hours did that person work? I don't know. 10 minutes, 20 minutes. Now, again, does everyone make that type of money? No. But as I said, if you have your transformation, how was she able to sell the product? Because her transformation was so strong. Her friends and family were asking about it. And you know what? Because of that, they also want to be a part of the opportunity too. All of our products have a profit margin to it. And that profit margin is usually 30%. Now, I want to share this as well. You have the option of giving a promo code. So what does that mean? If I want to sell SlenderX, for sake of example, and I want to give whoever it is a discount, I can give them a 15% discount. What happens there though? My profit would actually go down 15%. Does that make sense? So I'm kind of giving up some of my profit to help out another person. Does that make sense? So they get 15% off, and then I get 15% profit instead of 30% profit. It is optional to do that. And so that's the nature of making money on the side. Okay. Now, the third step is maintaining your business. I guess you could call it overhead, by using or selling 100 points a month. And that should not be hard. This is how simple it is. Instead of buying the shampoo, conditioner, and body wash from Target, buy it from yourself. It's that simple. Instead of buying bottled water, buy Purity. Buy it from yourself. Does that make sense? Sometimes people think, oh, it's an added expense. No, not if you redirect your spending. It's not an added expense. Instead of buying a bunch of food at the grocery store, buy some food, buy a good amount of food, and then buy RX Foods. Does that make sense? 100 points. And what does it do? It maintains your ability to send out Smart Links. Does that make sense? Maintains your ability to make the retail profit. And I haven't even talked about the bigger money yet. Okay. I'm just talking about making retail money. So a lot of people that do Uber, a lot of people that have what's known as a side hustle, this is really good for them. I know people that make a couple hundred, as I said, Sheila's friend that came on board made 100, just straight up $150. Not everyone makes that type of money, but a lot of people actually do that, and sometimes maybe even make more. But as I said, That's on the retail side. So this is the question now. How do we make more money? How do we make even more? How many of us here know at least 2 friends that needed to make money yesterday, right? Probably some of us here know 4. Some of us here know 10. Some of us here know a lot of people, unfortunately, that lost their jobs. There are a lot of people out there that got reduced hours, right? And you know what? They're in a need for an opportunity right now. It just so happened, okay? And as I said, we just happen to be in the industry that supplies this. So if you look here, finding business partners. And if you could see here, again, you see the diagram. Do you know 2 people that wouldn't mind making extra money? How about this? Those pictures on the right, actual pictures of actual customers, actual people coming on board, becoming representatives. So how does this work? You know what's cool? If you know 2 people, 4 people that wouldn't mind making extra money on the side, this is what happens. They come on board. They start selling the products using SmartLinks. They get paid. But what about you? If it wasn't for you, they would have never came on board. You actually get what's known as a team lead bonus. I'm sure a lot of us here, just the word bonus, how many of us here don't mind the getting a bonus, right? Of course. How does it work? You earn 15% of all the sales from your new customers and members during their first 4 weeks in RX. So what does that mean? You actually get the retail profit and you get the team lead bonus. That's really cool. So you actually make more. Again, but it's that customers first 4 weeks, okay? Now, what about people that come on board and want to do what you do? And they're selling product. So let's say I bring someone on board, and I'll give you this example here. And A, okay, let's say A is Ashley, okay, just to use it for sake of example. And Ashley sells 1,000 points worth in product. So how does that work? Every product has a point value. And I showed that earlier in the earlier slides. She sells 1,000 points worth in product. Remember, you get 15% on the team lead bonus. You get $150 based on the sales that Ashley does. And you know what's cool with Ashley? She's getting the retail profit. So she's getting paid. You also getting paid. Now, again, it's the first 4 weeks, okay? Now, what about after the 4 weeks? Well, I'm gonna just say it in short. There's something called base commission that happens after the first 4 weeks, all right? But I'm not gonna get all into that. So there's Ashley, and then B is for, let's say, Ben, right? Ben does 1,000 points. Again, $150. C, okay, let's talk about C right there. Kathy with a C. All right, so as I said, C, 1,000 points, 15%. D, Duke, why not? So let's say you come on board and I get in your business, 1,000 points, 15%. If you look at this, 4 people came on board, you made $600 in team lead bonus. That is at 15% the member level. Now, remember what I said, there are different levels that you could start with: member, business, elite, and ultimate. So if you decide to come on board at the business level, you get 20% instead of 15. Elite, you get 25%. So let's go ahead and give you an example with the elite member level. So at elite, you get 25%, same exact scenario, the same scenario. But if you notice, instead of $600, you made $1,000. Ultimate levels, 30% team lead bonus. So instead of $600, it paid you double, $1,200. That's how team lead bonus works. Now, you know what's cool about this? There are 8 ways to get paid in RX, 8 ways, and I only covered 2. Now, remember what I said. What happens after the first 4 weeks? Well, there's something called base compensation. And I'm not going to get all into the details because, again, this could be very long. A lot of people want to learn how to make a couple $100s a month. A lot of people want to learn how to make $500 a month. And just making an extra $500 a month will save most Americans a lot of stress. Now, some people make even more money than that. But base compensation, I'll just say this in short. This is what you do. The people that created RX, Fred Cooper, Ian Chandler, they developed the compensation They said this business is best built based on 4. What does that mean? Do you know at least 4 people that want to be on board with the products and also want to share the products? And you know what I believe in today's time? More than ever. Did you know more than 70% of people were actually looking for an opportunity? More than 70% of people look for an opportunity on a regular basis. They just don't say anything about it. 70%. Now with today's time, is it more people today? We're all stuck at home. I think there's even more people today. But do you know at least 4? Now why? Because if you know 4 people that come on board and they're sharing the product, you will become something known as gold status. Well, what's the point? They designed the compensation plan that it's best built with people aiming for at least 4 people that want to come in and represent RX and sell the product. So do you know at least 4? So let's talk about this. Base compensation, again, I'm not going to go into the full details on how it works, but with your base commission, it also determines what your title is. Look at the titles, team lead, you can see it go to director. Look at what the average monthly earnings report, chairperson title. As you heard, what was my title in RX? I'm considered a chairperson here in RX. Okay, so as I said, it gives you an idea of what these levels are capable of paying, and it's not bad. My only job I've ever had in my life was pizza delivery, okay? And as I said, if you're willing to learn this, go through training and learn how to be, how do I say this? A black belt at sharing, and you share with passion, right? These products are awesome. I'm telling you, you can really climb and boost your income. So that's base compensation. And again, it gives you an idea of what these levels can pay. I'm going to share one more way of getting paid, and this is called the luxury savings bonus. So you know what's cool? It's additional money. As you build up your base compensation, they will also give you what is known as a savings bonus. And that bonus can be up to $2,000 a month. Now, if you notice, we call it luxury savings. Why? Because you could use it on luxuries or you could save it. I will tell you what I did. Okay. For me, for the first 8 years, I actually used it. Ironically, there's a picture of an R8. I actually did use my luxury savings bonus on an R8. Today, it pretty much makes, and again, this, you know, I'm just saying how am I using it? It's actually towards the Lamborghini that I have. All right. Now it doesn't cover all of it, but it covers like 80, 90% of it. Does that make sense? Now, I'll be honest with you. I have 2 kids. Okay. I'm getting older. And now for me, this is how I look at it. I'm just going to boost up my income and now use that savings bonus and just completely and just save it and invest it. You know, I'm just in a different time in my life now. And you know what's great? RX gives you that type of flexibility. And I think that is absolutely awesome. So as you can see, I just talked about the 4 ways out of 8 on how you can get paid here in RX. And so how good is RX? How good is the compensation? This was done by a third party, rated #1 compensation plan worldwide, many years. Our compensation cannot be replicated because of all the patents. Yes, RX is smart. Our products, no purity, for sake of example, no one can have this because we got the patents. Does that make sense? We have exclusive rights, right? That's why our products are unique, but so is our compensation. It is unique. Well, let's talk about the awards. Some people go, is it DSA? Some people talk about BBB. Well, I think DSA, and I'll show you some of the other ones. I think they're up there with BBB, if not higher. It says here, RX is now in the top 100 and set to break into the top 50 within the next 2 years. That's the DSA. Some of us here run home-based businesses. That's a big deal. Some of us here know Inc. or Inc. magazine. In the 5,000 fastest growing companies in America's 3 years in a row, it's continuing to grow. And in terms of what we do, we are now number 35. Some of us here know of other companies out there, right? The #1 company does over $8 billion a year, and they've been around for over 50 to 60 years, okay? We went from number 57 to number 35 in our 8th year. Is RX on the fast track right now. It absolutely is. It is growing right now, but you know what? We are still not in momentum yet. We're still not there yet. If you look at the growth curve of any company, or this not just a company life cycle, but it's also even a product life cycle. I think about iPhones, okay, just use it as an example, right? If you notice, it hits momentum. When it comes to smartphones, people just get them every couple years, but businesses go through this curve too. If you look at formulation, RX, that was many years ago. Concentration is they're getting everything dialed in. What does that mean? Getting the messaging dialed in. Does that make sense? Making sure that everything is cohesive. All our brands are cohesive. How people get compensated, all of it is cohesive where people go, I like this. Then you know what happens? The buzz starts to come out. When the buzz starts coming out that this is big, that people are making things happen, people are getting great results through our products, and people are also getting compensated very well, you're going to start seeing momentum. RX has actually grown in the United States since the beginning. I mean, it's been growing, but for 3 months in a row, week after week, and we're still not in momentum yet. And with everything going on, I'll say this again. Is it now more than ever people looking for wellness? More than ever. I know some of us here are young, and I understand being young, sometimes we're not thinking about our health too much, but people above the age of 40 and 50 are really thinking about it, especially today. How about a home-based business? I know a lot of people that are in their 40s, they lost their job. I know a lot of people got their hours cut. There are people in their early 20s. You know what's really sad? People in their early 20s, some people lost their jobs and they may not get unemployment. They may not get the benefits. So with that being said, we know there's going to be 3 types of people, and we're not here to change this. So if you're seeing this for a first time, we understand there's going to be the A's, the B's, and the C's. And the A's, they're the people saying, let's go, let's do this, let's get started. You know what I would do? Of course, with the membership, pick the products that you can be passionate about. And I'm sure the person that brought you to this will share that with you, right? So you pick your products and then life is good. And then from there, oh, bear with me here. I got to go ahead and do a mute real quick. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and go back to the share screen. So as I say, can you all see this okay? Life is good? Okay, perfect. So again, if you're an A, definitely come on board. We're going to help you. We're going to support you, but also go through training. You know what's cool since we're building this way? There is a simplicity of building through Zoom. Literally, we build this business, I want to say 100% from our home. It really is a home-based business. And that means even the training is available. I actually did the basic training that people can launch their business with as well. And so, as I said, let's get training. And then from there, let's start building the business. And it's so incredible to see people and what they were able to do in their first week. So if you're an A, we welcome you aboard. If you are a B, of course, that means you probably have questions. You're still looking into it like, all right, I see where this is going and I like this. We will help answer your questions for you. But if you still don't see a way for you to, let's say, make this opportunity happen, maybe a home-based business is not the right time for you, completely understandable. So that means you might be a C. And you know what that means? If you're a C, why not try some of our products? Why not try some of our products? As I said, our Nutrify line is extremely popular right now, but we have many brands that are very popular. And so again, if you are in that C category, maybe try out some of our products. Or maybe you might know some people. And we get this. I understand. Some people might say, you know what? There are people out there that, man, this person may have lost their job. I think this person might be really interested in this. Or you might know someone that says, you know what? There is actually someone I know that wants to lose weight. There's someone that I know that actually is really into, like they saw Dr. Oz and they recommended to use certain things and they're really interested. Do you see what I'm saying? So again, if you're a C, completely understand, but maybe try our products, or maybe there might be someone that you know. So with that being said, you'll either be an A, B, or C. And I'll say this as I close out. The question now is this: does RX really have the potential to grow right now? Does RX have the potential to grow to a multi-billion-dollar company? And I completely believe they do, right? We see what's going on right now. As I say, we just happen to be in an industry that is really hot right now. Wellness, home-based business is hot right now. But RX in North America, the weirdest thing, is still a baby. But now because we're stuck at home for God knows how long. The question is, will RX really blow up in the next couple months? How about in the next couple years? And if you guys and gals saw the base compensation, you saw the luxury savings bonus, we didn't even talk about all the bonuses. When your team really starts to develop, could you imagine the type of incomes that you can make? Now, again, I'm going to say this as I close out. The retail sales, team lead bonus, that's really good side money. That is people that want to make a couple $100s a month, maybe $500 a month. Some people, maybe even the low four figures. Awesome. But when you go into the higher pay, when you go to base compensation, you're talking about that could replace it has the potential nursing income. That's now when you start getting into the six-figure category. When you start getting into the luxury savings bonus and all the other bonuses, you are going well beyond six figures. So there are people out there that say, I just want to make side money. And there are people out there saying, can this really, if this company is going to really explode right now, I'm stuck at home, might as well do this. Can this really, really pay something? You know what's going to happen after this is all said and done? We know that times are going to get better. And I'm pretty sure there's going to come a point when we're not locked down anymore and life will return back to normal. But certain things may not. Like for sake of example, movie theaters, I don't think movie theaters are going to be normal anytime soon, right? I think people are, even though movie theaters may open up in the future, I think people are still going to be afraid to go watch a movie just because of everything that's going on. And this is my point. All of those jobs are affected. So the question is this the time that running a home-based business really goes mainstream? And if you are here now, do you have a first mover's advantage? As I said, everything is coming right now. Next month, how many more people are going to be looking into a home-based business if for whatever reason the stimulus check, it doesn't do it another month, or for whatever reason unemployment doesn't pay out? Because people might, the first month, people might just go, oh, I just want to see where everything's going in the first month. Next month, and as I said, times are not getting better in Los Angeles. It seems like we're still going to be in our homes and bills are still due. People are going to say, I really need something right now. But you know what I believe? You don't want to wait until times get bad. If a hurricane is around the corner, you don't wait for the hurricane to arrive and then you board up the windows and you sandbag your foundation. That's not when you do it. You prepare before that were to happen, right? There's a saying, an ounce of prevention is worth a pound of cure. So if you see this opportunity for you, talk to the person that brought you here. But other than that, I am done. If you come on board, we'd love to welcome you to the family. If not, perhaps try out some of our products, or maybe you may know some people that really need this. But other than that, make it a great morning and have a great rest of your day. Take care, everybody. Bye-bye.